Hello, everyone. This is Ken with Little Church Big Heart with another weekly Lord's Day encouragement. I hope as you're preparing for this Lord's Day that you are being blessed and that you have an opportunity this week to bless your people. I come to you with one of these videos each week. They're not very long. If you like the videos, please subscribe and hit the like button and also the notification bell to be notified of future videos as they come up. This last week, Sunday, as I was getting ready for service, I was doing, like probably most of you, I was spending time in prayer before the service for my church, for my community, and also for myself, for the Lord to empower me and enable me to minister to my people, and praying for my message as well. And I got to thinking about the call to be a pastor. And I want to ask you to consider what is the most important element or most important part of that pastoral call. Is it the call to preach and teach? Is it the call to prayer? In Acts chapter 6, the apostles have a situation in the early church where the food distribution wasn't being handled properly. They could have taken over that distribution to make sure people were fed, and they said that it wouldn't be right for them to give up the preaching of the word and prayer for serving tables. So instead, they were to concentrate on the word and on prayer. And I have to say, that is usually understood as the most important activity we do as pastors. And I would agree it still is. But is that the most important element? You see, while I was praying, it suddenly struck me that what I'm primarily called to do is love my people. You see, Paul says in 1 Corinthians 13, 1 through 3, that whether we speak in tongues, whether we prophesy, whether we have understanding, any of these things, no matter what we do, no matter what we say, no matter what we know or understand, and no matter how much faith we have, if we don't have love, we are nothing, we have nothing, and we accomplish nothing. So you see, the most important thing for us as pastors isn't really preaching. Isn't really even prayer. Those are the most important activities. But the most important part of the pastoral call is love for our people. We are called, in effect, I have a new title for you as pastor, if you're into titles. We're called to be the lover-in-chief of our congregation. From among our congregation and as part of our congregation, we are to be the lover-in-chief. We are to love the people as Christ does. We're to model that love. So when Christ was reviled, when Christ was attacked, he loved the people who reviled and attacked him. We're to do the same thing in our churches. If you're coming under attack from your people, the first thing you need to remember to do is you are still called to love them, no matter what. However that looks and whatever that means. You're still called to respond in love. So I would encourage you this week to be the lover-in-chief of your church. Seek the Lord's power in that, seek the Lord's grace in that, and love your people no matter what. First and foremost, love them. John tells us we must love the brethren. He gives us also the command where Jesus says, I give you a new command. Love one another as I have loved you. So I want to encourage you to love your people, love your family, love your community. I hope you have a wonderful Lord's Day. You're not alone out there. There are many out there struggling right along with you, plowing their little corner of the Lord's field. And so, bless you. Be with the Lord this week. Take care.